Hi guys, welcome to the channel. We hope you enjoyed our last video. Today we've been filming other vlogs, content, but we just thought it was appropriate and probably time sensitive that we would do this video. So it's a last minute video and I just wanted to put it out there. It's to do with COVID and the situation that the world's in. Obviously, as you know, we're here on Pico. We've been here since the end of July. Before that, we were in lockdown and for a while, and we thought it finally opened up. We traveled, we've been here. I'll be honest with you, I thought that by now things would be better. Obviously, they're not, as you know, and it's a bit stressful for everybody. People in the travel industry and tourism, just people, you know, wherever they are living, people that travel, people that don't, it's crazy. Here on Pico, we've been lucky, knock on wood, that at the moment we have one case. The worst part is San Miguel, the island, the big island here. I mean, it's a little out of control, just like mainland Portugal, other European countries. Actually, we're supposed to go back December the 9th. The airlines canceled our flight. We're scheduled to go January 23rd, and we've just changed it. I'll get more into that probably in a little bit. First, I just want to maybe get into the new regulations of the Canadian government. They've been out since January the 6th. They're probably going to change again. But speaking of Canada, when we came, Canada was also, I mean, we were in lockdown. I mean, everyone was taking it easy. But compared to other places around the world, Canada was in pretty good shape, right? Lately, it's also spiked, just like a lot of other places. And that's why these new measures came in. So the best place to go for these measures is a place called ArriveCan. You got to go into their site. It's a government site. Pretty straightforward. I'll just give you an example here. I'm actually looking at the computer. I had to actually do this emergency setup in the office, get enough light. So hopefully there is enough light and you can see me and the sound isn't too bad. I know there's probably an echo, but I just wanted to put this out as soon as we could. Here we go. So on this site, you're going to find things like find out if you can travel to Canada, keep Canadians safe, requirements for entry and after entry to Canada. Very important. How to use ArriveCan. It's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so everyone, you would go in here, depending where you are, either before you leave the country or coming back, and it'll guide you. These measures came in, obviously the government's saying only travel if you have to. It's a little confusing because tour operators obviously have their packages down south, which, you know, I booked them. Obviously I haven't been booking too many lately, but people can travel. They are in Cuba as they're going, and now if you are out, you got to then make sure you know these measures to get back into the country. Or if you're in Europe, in my case, I have to know them as well. Doesn't matter where you're coming from, as long as you're entering Canada on a flight, be aware, and you got to be on this because you don't want to get to the airport. Things are already chaotic enough. And I can't stress that enough, that you go to the site and then you get familiar with what you need to do. So the measures basically came in play January the 7th. You have to arrive. The main thing here is you have to arrive in Canada with a negative test, and this has to be a proper negative test. All the proper details of the type of test will be in the site, okay? Here in my case, I'm here, so I'd have to do it from here. If you're in destination, in Cuba, and some resorts are doing testing. As far as I know, one of the tour operators sent something out saying so. Depending which tour operator you're with, Air Transat, Air Canada Vacations, Sunwing, the usual ones, WestJet, just check with them. They're all following the same protocol. And some of the resorts have them. You'll have to pay because you need this test to get back, period. And when you get back, I guess most important part, you have to quarantine for 2 weeks. Okay. On the ArriveCan, there's an area there where you're gonna actually do an application to tell them all your information. You're coming in on this date, my name, everything. You're gonna fill it out. You'll have a record on a profile, so they know. You'll print out a receipt of sorts. Obviously, I haven't done this yet. I'll have to do it. So that when you get to the airport in Canada to come in, you're gonna have to have this slip. So this is how important it is. And I think it's just the way it is, okay? When you go into an area here from ArriveCAN, there's the new measures. It just goes on. And then if there's any updates, it'll be on here. And you just, you just scroll down, it's the information you need to know the name of the test. Because as you know, when we came in, I had taken tests at the time, but it wasn't good enough for them here. Because there are different tests. Only some clinics do them. So that's pretty general kind of what you need to do in order to, get back into Canada. Just to finish off on my case, or our case, we've now changed our flight. We obviously in the beginning, they canceled it. So there was no change fees. Every airline has penalties or change fees. A lot of them are waiving it due to COVID, some depending on the situation. In this case, I had rebooked already to leave January 23rd, a few days from now. But they did get worse, and we then look at January 23rd and say there's no way, because from here I'm on a smaller island. They want us to get a test done. They don't have tests on the island. Basically what I've been told, I would have to fly to the big island, San Miguel, where it's a little out of control, this COVID. I would have to book my own hotel for 3 days, get the test done there. Hopefully everything's fine with the test, and then go. So we don't feel comfortable. Number one, we've been feeling safe here. We pretty much stay to ourselves most of the time. We don't want to leave and now go to a situation where it's a little out of control. Day by day, it gets worse. That we now have to pay and then stay at a hotel. So we went to the airline, SATA, Azores Airlines, and just told them basically, we need to change this. And obviously I don't think I should pay the change fees. We went back and forth a little bit. I've always have praised for the airlines that I've traveled, SATA. Earlier vlogs, I raved about them, and I love flying with them and so forth. But I had to kind of, be a little, just say, look, that you shouldn't be charging anyone to change, especially if they're, the situation with COVID. So they did waive it for me. Every situation is different, and I thank them. The airline is trying to do what they can. That's all you can do, right? But and we're all in this together. It's not the consumer or the traveler's fault that this COVID's going on. They shouldn't have to be penalized on top of it. Government puts in measures. The airline should work and figure out a way to not hurt the situation even more. I think in this case, Azores Airline did the right thing, and waiving, it would have been a couple €100, still a lot of money, and it's also the principle. And I just feel, I feel good now that we're now pushed it to March 24th. Hopefully between now and then things are better. It's only 2 months from now, so who knows, right? I needed to get back to, I had appointments, just like other people, they're certain, but it is what it is. So we have to kind of just hang in there. Hopefully I give you enough information. I just wanted to put out there what you need to do. Just on this, I'm going to put in the description the link to this site of the government. Okay, obviously it's Canada, a Canadian site, because that's where I live. I'm there and I'm here, so that's our situation. Obviously, if you were going to the States, they have their own rules and measures and so forth. Okay, so I hope this was helpful, and I'm not the only one that probably needs to adjust their flights now going back. And one last thing, I also, when the government of Canada says non-essential travel, this is obviously, non-essential. Right now, this is where we should stay until this clears up a little bit more, and then we can get back. That's basically what it is. So, if I need to do another update, do that. For now, just go to, www.canada.ca. That's the website. From there, you can, but I will put the direct link to ArriveCAN, and from there, it's easy to manage and move around. Okay, so I'd like to thank you for tuning in, I guess. If you did like the video, just do the like for me. It'll be great. YouTube really likes that as well. Feel free to comment, and see you in the next video.